Hi, welcome to Wild Wednesday. I'm Susan and I'm a naturalist here at the Ogden Nature Center. And today we're going to talk about what the birds are doing in the spring, and that's building nests. Now, a nest can look like a lot of different types of structures. This is the kind of structure we think about when we think about a nest. This is a nest made by a robin, and it's actually the daddy robin who makes the nest, and he'll take some big blobs of mud and grass and he'll stick them in the part of a tree we call the crotch of the tree, or a V formation in the tree, and then he'll put his big belly in there and move back and forth until he makes this nice indentation and makes a cup. So this is called a cup nest. And lots of types of birds make cup nests. Some sparrows make them, some finches make them, robins obviously make them. Other types of nests are kind of engineering wonders. This is a nest made by a bird called a Bullock's oriole, and they're bright orange and black. We have them here at the Ogden Nature Center. They should be arriving soon. They're beautiful birds. And they make this nest entirely out of things that they find, like grasses, and there's animal hair in here. They might grab pieces of string or fishing line that they find. So if people have left things around, they might find those. But if you think about a bird's equipment to build a nest, he's got this. He's got a beak that works like this. And what they do is they take these strings and these hairs and these pieces of grass and they weave them into a basket. And they hang it from a tree, and it hangs almost like a little woven basket. And inside, the mama bird will pull out some of her own downy feathers and stick them down in here. This one actually has some sheep's wool in it, so the bird found some sheep's wool, and then they'll lay their eggs in there. But it's just an amazing thing that they can weave a nest with nothing but this kind of equipment, which I find amazing. Now, nests can be all different sizes. They can be really big nests. Hawks, crows, magpies, they all build pretty big nests, maybe about this big around. A magpie actually builds a nest with a lid on it. So if you see a big ball of grass or twigs in a tree, a big ball of twigs is likely a magpie nest, and they go in from the side. That lid helps protect their babies. Some birds actually build their nests inside the hole of a tree, and we call that a cavity nest. If you've ever seen a hole in a tree, woodpeckers like those, small owls like screech owls like those, and they will actually take feathers and grasses and put them down in the bottom of that hole and make a place for their young to grow up. A nest is a place to raise your young. It's not a house like we live in. They just lay eggs, they sit on the eggs, they incubate those eggs, and when those eggs hatch, after about 28 days, about another 3 weeks, those birds fledge or fly out of the nest for the first time. So a nest is actually a temporary structure. They can be really, really big, like this model of an eagle's nest that we have here at the Ogden Nature Center. Maybe you've seen it. The largest eagle nest on record was 9 feet across and 3 feet deep, and this will hold almost an entire kindergarten class. It's an enormous nest. Or they might be very tiny, like this hummingbird nest that is made out of little bits of fluff, looks like actually sheep's wool, tiny little bits of bark, and is held together with spider web. So sometimes you will see hummingbirds going into spider webs. They're not in there after the insects, they're usually in there after the web itself because it helps hold their nests together. Now we have a fun little art project you can do if you want to try to draw a nest. What you need is you only need some crayons or colored pencils, and just a piece of white paper like you might find in a printer. Any type of paper, it doesn't even have to be white. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the top part of this paper and you're going to fold it down like that. And then you're going to take the bottom up and you're going to fold it to meet the top. And if it's not exactly even on both sides, it doesn't matter. Now you have a piece that looks like this. And I'm going to fold it one more time. My top's going to come down here, and the bottom is going to come up here. So then you have a piece like that. So it's folded like that and like that. And what you can do, and I've done a couple of these, you can actually draw a nest on the first fold. And then when you open that up, you draw the egg. And when you open that up, you see the bird. So this is actually a cup nest that I drew, so I kind of made a robin in there. You can also do one that's a cavity nest, like this. I drew a cavity nest. There's a hole in a tree. I opened it up. Here is my egg, and I open it up, and here is my fluffy baby bird. You can make them funny if you want. It's kind of a fun thing to do. So when you're out taking walks in your neighborhood, start looking, start watching for birds flying into trees more than once. If they're flying in and out, in and out, in and out, look really close. They might have a twig or a piece of grass in their beaks, and they're starting to build their nests. I'm Susan. I look forward to seeing you at the Ogden Nature Center when we open again. Have a good day.